Kenny and Armando's marriage license got denied. Guys, we have some horrible things to talk about today. Happy Halloween, by the way. I completely forgot today is Halloween, but People Magazine released another exclusive sneak peek, so I am going to link it above or below this video if you want to check it out for yourself. People just keep releasing these sneak peeks, but it was a sneak peek of Kenny and Armando, and we finally did get to see they went into the marriage license department, I guess, in Mexico, and their marriage license did in fact get denied. It is just like, honestly, kind of just weird. Like, the scene made no sense, so definitely make sure to check it out for yourself. But what went down was, like, they went in there, they wrote this really good, letter that, hey, we've been together for X amount of years, like 3 years, this, that, and the other. Like, it was a real legitimate thing, and they went in, and the way it appeared on the show was the lady just said, okay, yeah, here, I see you guys, but nope, we have to deny you, and there's no, leeway, it's just we have to deny you. And it was sad, it was stupid, and their reasoning was even more stupid because they basically just said that it's hard to even, it did not make any sense. And Armando agreed, it didn't make any sense, but their reasoning was, in the state, a man can marry a man. That is legal, I guess. Armando claimed that in 2015 that got legalized, but the Constitution, I don't know why I use air quotes, but they kept saying the Constitution this and the Constitution that, but it's like, what? Like, if it's legal, it's legal. But they were saying it's legal in the state, but the Constitution says it's not legal. So because of the Constitution, we have to immediately deny you. So I don't know, it's like, well, how could that be the case? But they went in there, it got denied, and you could just see Armando, he was super sad, obviously, and Kenny, he was more mad, I think, than sad, and he has every right to be mad, because they should be allowed to get married. They love each other, which I believe they do. They should be allowed to get married, and I said it in my last video, there are so many couples that don't even truly love each other, and they run off and get married, so it's like, this is just stupid and ridiculous, but that's what went down. It got denied. I have no other info what happened after that, but it looks like they aren't going to be getting married in Mexico anytime soon. Now, I don't know if they could just leave the state and go somewhere else, go to a different state. I don't really know the specifics. I'm just shocked that Armando had all this info, and it's like, even with the info knowing that it is legal, and there have been people, men, marry other men in Mexico, according to Armando, why did theirs get denied? I'm not saying that it was like a personal thing, but Kenny even was kind of like, it just seemed like we went in, there was no yes or no, it was just like, nope, this is it, we're done, get out of here. And that's kind of how the vibe came off to me too. But comment below your thoughts what y'all think. But definitely a super sad moment for Kenny and Armando. Now, also, while we are on the topic of 90 Day Fiance, come to find out, according to ScreenRant.com, so we must give ScreenRant.com a lot of credit, Ari was married. Ariella and Biniam, who they had the baby together, guess what? She was married. Now, before all you guys start coming at me and saying, well, she said that on the show. She did say it on the show, I believe, vaguely, but Screen Rant, I don't know how they did it. They went around and read it, and so I'm going to put a link above or below this video to the article if you want to check it out yourself, but they found out like a ton of info on who this man was. So who is the guy? He is an Argentinian man that she was dating for, I believe, according to Screen Rant, about 6 months, and then, he was living in Argentina, they were going out for a few months, and then because she wanted him to come to America, they needed to be married for 2 years, so they got married after 6 months. The thing that doesn't make any sense is, I believe they were married for like 10 years, and I think she is like 28, 29, so meaning that she must have, gotten married at 18. It doesn't really add up, but she must have been super young when she got married. It's weird because Ari has like 2 totally different sides. We see this side on the show where she is a writer, but it's like, it seems like online, a bunch of you guys have sent me pictures and videos that, she's actually in like music videos and she has all these other different jobs. So I don't know why she doesn't ever talk about that, but she seems to have 2 totally different sides to her. And I also don't know why she never, ever, ever, ever really much talks about her past life with this man, why the marriage didn't work, and all that other stuff. Because remember, Biniam, they're always talking about his ex like all the time. It's a big, thing in their little, couple scenes together that they're always talking about Biniam's ex and his kid and all this stuff. stuff, but they barely ever talk about the fact that Ariella was married. So kind of weird. Put in the comments below what you guys think. We're gonna have to wait until tomorrow night to see everything unfold and see what really goes down. And before I sign off for the day, for all of you Love After Lockup fans, y'all already know what was on last night, and that is Love After Lockup. And come to find out, we have 2 more weeks left, and then that is gonna be the season premiere, and this season is over. So really quick, let's just really quick talk about this stuff. And if you have not watched Love After Lockup, please hang with me because this show is so good. And if you're watching 90 Day Fiance, I bet money you will love Love After Lockup. And so what went down on last night's episode? Let's first start talking about the most annoying couple ever, Sean and Destiny. Boom, right there. Destiny had this infamous court case that she had to go to, and if she wasn't going to make it, Sean would have been fined like $50,000. Thank God for Sean's bank account, she did end up making it, but unfortunately for Destiny, it was not good news because they like threw the case out, but they also said, hey, we're more than likely just going to refile it, and if she does have to go to jail, it's going to be for like 7 years. It was from some stuff she did in the past, so she's going to be gone for a very long time. And spoiler alert, I believe we have heard and some people have seen that Destiny, I believe, not for sure, but I think she is back in jail. And the worst part was at the end of the episode, we got to see Sean get down on one knee and pull out a ring and ask her to marry him. I mean, after I would have heard the news that, hey, this girl's going to jail for another 7 years, I know you guys probably can call me selfish and rude, but I would just start running. I would get out of there, and if I really did love her, I'd probably stay around. But I don't think Sean loves her. He lusts her. He just is kind of into her. He thinks she's good looking and whatnot. There's no way he really, truly, from the bottom of his heart, loves this woman, and I know for a certain fact Destiny does not love him, but he's still certain she has no interest at all in him. She doesn't seem to like him at all, but still, he got on one knee, he proposed, and we have no idea what she's going to say. But I have a hunch, because Destiny is kind of just a liar, loudmouth kind of a girl, I feel like she's just going to say, sure, okay, I'll marry you, whatever, and they will be engaged, but I doubt they're ever going to actually get married. But comment below what you guys think on Sean and Destiny, and now let's fast forward to something a little bit sad. It breaks my heart to say this, but John and Christiana, on the last episode, we got to see Christiana. Unfortunately, she went back to her old ways, and she did sadly relapse, and it sucks. It was really sad to see, but she ended up reaching out to John, so she left the halfway house, she ran away, she called John. John was nice enough to go pick her up. He brought her back to his house, and if you guys don't know, Christiana's mom and sister are now living with John, so it was a huge emotional, just, oh my God. And John was sad, Christiana was sad, Christiana's mom was sad, Christiana's sister was sad. Emotions all over the place. It sucked. It was sad. I feel bad for Christiana. I think she needs legitimate, serious help. And if I was Love After Lockup, I would just step in and say, hey, we need to help you out and you need to get some serious help because she has a problem. She admits that she has a problem. And she's even admitting, I need real help. And I don't think she's ever going to, drop all these issues unless she gets some serious help. So it sucks. But unfortunately, because she left that halfway house, she's going to be going back to jail. No one knows how long, but you could just see Christiana's mom. She was in tears saying, like, I don't want you to have to just, be in there the rest of your life. You need to kind of straighten up. And she was emotional. The sister was emotional. And John, he just married this woman legally, and he was just in tears and so sad too. Then there was Heather and Dylan. And I don't know if Heather is just getting a horrible cut, because like even me, I can have a little bit of a temper sometimes, believe it or not. I can get a little bit riled up. But Heather, she has been riled up this entire season. And when I say riled up, I mean like she is, ready to go, riled up. So I'm watching this thing like, is she always so mad and angry? But in the last episode, Dylan had to go to the Secretary of State or something to get a license, and I believe to take another driver's test. So he went there, and he claimed, his side of the story is he told Heather, we gotta leave at whatever time, and then she was like an hour plus late because she was doing her pretty old makeup, and guess what? They got there, and they were completely late to the point where they have to go back the next day or next week or something. And so, Dylan was kind of mad, and he was poking a little bit saying, hey, you're doing your makeup and we should have been here and been on time. And when he made that little jokey comment, little poke, it was it for Heather. Heather was like, nope, I'm getting in my car, don't talk to me. And she got so riled up. And you can see she's starting to kind of get a little irritated with the filming, with this whole process. She definitely does not want to be on this show. You can just kind of see it. And so she starts to get really riled up. She goes in her car. She's screaming at Dylan to get in the car too. Dylan finally gets in the car. And then one thing leads to another. The production's trying to talk to Dylan. Heather's screaming. And next thing you know, Heather takes off her microphone, or at least she tries to take off her microphone. She takes down the cameras in her car. She's flipping out. She's like going on like a one-way in the wrong direction. She is just out of her mind. And then that was all we got to see. So I don't know what happens. I keep on saying this, but I believe that Heather and Dylan had filed like a restraining order on each other. So more than likely, they're not together. They aren't still talking. They aren't friends. And yeah, I think their relationship just came to a horrible end. And the funniest little thing I love to talk about is Heather's biggest thing with Dylan is she wanted to be romantic with him, and then you know what? She really wanted to experience that because they were together for like 5 years, but Dylan was in jail for like 4 years and 10 months of it, so they never were able to experience that side of a relationship together, if you know what I mean. But finally, he got out the first night out, and guess what? They sealed the deal. And the funniest thing was, Dylan just said, yeah, it was good. And Heather goes, he wasn't very good. She goes, he wasn't great. He wasn't bad. He was just kind of, he was kind of distant, during the whole thing, which, weird. But still, it is hilarious because if you guys watched in the last episode or two ago, Heather, that was all she could talk about. She could not wait. Then it happened and she was just like, nah. Okay, whatever. So funny. Oh yeah, guess what? Mr. Big Shot, he was on last night, and that would be Tyrese. And well, no, we did not see Shonda. We didn't get to see Shonda, but we got to see Mr. Big Shot, good old Tyrese. And guess what? Tyrese had Shonda in the last old episode or two ago. He told Shonda, we're done, this is over, he's moving on. And he moved on. He allegedly was at an art gallery, supposedly. I don't know what kind of art he's buying, but not that he's, he can be an art connoisseur. I'm not saying that, but it's like, dude, we saw his apartment. The guy didn't have a piece of art in the whole place. So I don't know what kind of art he is buying or looking to buy, but allegedly he was walking around an art gallery and he ran smack dab into this woman who he fell madly in love with. So now just like that, boom, he's got a new woman and she is physically there. She's not, in jail or anything. But the hilariously weird thing is she was in jail. So she kind of had that similar past as Shonda, but she appears to love him, I guess, for only being in a relationship for like a couple weeks. Seems to be a little fast. Tyrese definitely seems to kind of be a little bit of a faster one in a relationship, but Tyrese, he got scammed, kind of. I mean, it wasn't very difficult for a normal person to see that, oh yeah, she clearly is using him. So I do feel bad for Tyrese. I definitely don't think he's a bad guy at all. Little bit cocky. He's got that Mr. Big Shot kind of confidence swag, but I don't think he's anything bad, or I don't think he's a bad guy whatsoever. In fact, I think he's actually a really good guy because he really financially helped Shonda, even giving her a couple $100. I mean, that's a lot of money, and I shouldn't say just a couple hundred. Like that's a big amount of money, and he was throwing her a lot of money. It appeared he bought her clothes, getting her food, buying her stuff. So Tyrese is a good guy. He deserves to be happy. I think this woman's kind of a little bit more of a rebound than like a real happy relationship, but they seem happy. The weird thing was, though, the woman was like talking about Shonda. So I don't know if Tyrese just told her the whole story. I don't know how much they really got into it, but I think there's going to be more with Tyrese and this new woman. And then last but not least, I think would be Chevel and Quaylen. Now, if I'm missing anyone, let me just say really quick that Lindsay and Scott, I hate this show so much because they did not show them. And seriously, Love After Lockup is only an hour long, and I hate that. Why is this show not 2 hours? All of the shows I watch, Married at First Sight, 90 Day Fiance, they are all 2 hours. Why is Love After Lockup only an hour? But anyway, we can talk about that later. But so we didn't get to see, Scott and Lindsay because it's only an hour long, which, I'm mad. But we did get to see Chevel and Quaylen, and things are not looking very good for their relationship. I think. It's weird because there's been this back and forth kind of fighting with Chevel and Quaylen's mom and sister because, you know, his family wants him in Texas and she wants him in like Kansas City or wherever she's living. So there's a back and forth kind of a fighting. But in the last episode, Quaylen actually did get a ticket, a one-way ticket, I think, to Texas to go see his family. It was weird though because he was positioning it and wording it like, I'm going to Texas indefinitely to go kind of see what life is like there. I want to go see my family, spend some time with them. So I took it as, oh, okay, they're ending their relationship. He's going to go over there and kind of just go do his own thing, meet some new women, get a job, you know, start his own life. But that's how he was making it seem, and Chevel was kind of saying that same thing, like she was acting like he was leaving and never coming back. But then he got to Texas, and then he was talking like he was only going to be there for like a week. So I don't know if that was just how they cut it or how they edited it, but really it looks like Quaylen, he was just going to Texas for like a week or so on a vacation. So I don't know what he was talking about going there indefinitely. And if he was just going for a week and Chevel is this mad, she is just annoying because if she knew he was only going for a week or so, she was like fired up like he was never going to ever come back. So that is just stupid. That's annoying. But if he's going for a week, you know, I don't think anything bad's going to come for it. And hopefully he'll go back to Chevel, I hope. It is kind of weird because his mom and his sister and like everyone else is trying to set him up with other women. Thank God though, Quaylen is like, you know, oh my God, I have Chevel, I respect her, I love her, I'm not gonna do anything wrong, which is good, but his mom and his sister are trying to get him to do the opposite. Now, I have no idea what happens with those two. I don't know if they break up. It looks like they're going to break up, but we're going to have to wait and see. But on last night's episode, he went to Texas, she was all upset, she is in Chevel. Quaylen, he was happy to be in Texas, but he wasn't like ecstatic. He seems to be a pretty happy guy overall, and that was about it. And before I do sign off, I just realized I did forget a couple, and that is Jessica and Maurice. It was a little bit boring. Maurice did, in fact, end up buying her a ring. He got down on one knee, he proposed. Of course, they're already, you know, legally married, so it was just kind of a sweet little gesture. She was happy, he was happy. I love these two dearly, and I hope that they can work out. So guys, we had a lot of stuff to talk about today. I know some of you guys do get a little bit mad when I combine my videos, but oh my God, it takes like 2 hours for me. Honestly, it takes longer, but it takes like an hour for me even just to upload a video from my camera to my computer. So if I can do that twice, then it ends up being like a 6, 7, 8 hour process, believe it or not, to upload to my computer, to edit, to export, and then to re-upload. I have really slow Wi-Fi. It takes forever. So if I can do that twice, you can only imagine if I combine them. I know a lot of you guys like the same show, so I can combine it. Makes it so much easier. So if you guys don't like the Loved or Lockup, well, I'm sorry. If you could just skip over it, you know, I'm sorry. That's the best I can do at the time. I do apologize. Maybe in the future I will be able to split them up a little bit better, but for now they're kind of all in one. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that news. Tomorrow night we have a new episode of 90 Day Fiance, and I am so excited. Make sure to enjoy your Halloween. Have a very happy Halloween. Enjoy it for me. I am not much of a candy eater because of my diabetes, so I'm just gonna kind of lay low tonight, but make sure to eat some candy for me. Have a grand old night, and stay tuned for many more episodes.